Scott. I'm Russell.
And I'm Leo. This is Spitball. Welcome to Spitball, where three pixelated pirates and a guest empty their heads of startup and tech product ideas that we have stuck up in there so you can all have them for free. Anything that we say is yours to keep. And this week, I brought our guest. What everyone wants is me to just talk through the whole intro, through the game, through everything, so no one gets to speak.
One to go as well.
Yeah. This week I brought my good friend Adam. I've known Adam longer than the other friends here on this call by, I think, both of you combined, like a long amount of time. Adam's a property manager and an enthusiast of nerd culture. Adam is a DM that I have been privy to once. You have to, do a mini campaign or something for us. That would be fun. Welcome to Spitball, Adam.
Oh, it's great to be here. Oh my gosh. I'm excited.
This is going to be fun.
Having such little experience in this field. I'm excited to really shake it up, you establishment.
Yeah.
And that sentence however you want, really.
Part of the goal of the show is to get diversity of perspectives, and we've had a lot of straight white tech enthusiast men lately, so it's going to be great to not be that for the next few episodes, I'm hopeful.
It's suddenly the recording process happened and all of my charm just kind of flew out somewhere. We're going to find it.
So, this week, I would love to get us warmed up with a celebrity guest pitch. I want to play a clip here from Colin Mochrie of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Let's see what he has to say.
Hey, there's Scott, Russell, and Leo. Colin Mochrie from Whose Line Is It Anyway here, international comedy icon. I understand, yes, of course, you have this lovely podcast. A tech product or starting idea. Here's what I would, and of course, I don't know if we have the technology to do this. Maybe this is something you guys can work on. I would like a universal opener. I don't know if you've noticed, maybe it's because I'm getting older now. Opening a bag of potato chips is like a workout. Opening jars, opening the wrapping of some project that you bought. It's insanely strong. They wrap it so that you can't open it. I want something, whether it's a laser beam, just something that will immediately open up what I want right away. And also if you could maybe even add another setting where you can open doors and windows. So it really does open everything. Anyway, everyone, have a good day. Stay safe. I'm really looking forward to you making this happen.
So,
make it so.
Oh my gosh.
just
Colin Mochrie! Oh my gosh! That just made my day.
You said my name!
I didn't really take this over. I have met that man.
That's why I waited for this one.
That's so insane. My stepdad and I helped push his car out of the White Theater when he came to perform when I was in high school.
That's so great.
That's insane. Okay.
Yeah.
What a good day.
What a good day. I should have let him know that you were going to be here. You remember the car?
You're
good buds.
You told me I'd be good at improv because I had nothing to say to you backstage.
So, universal opener, maybe with a laser or something that could do chips, jars, windows, and doors. It's a bit abstract.
A skeleton key for everyday life. Yeah. Absolutely.
I just wanted to say, anytime we smoke weed, we have a joke that boxes are hard. That's like the theme. If you try to open something while you're high, it is impossible. It doesn't matter if it's a bag of chips or like a shoebox. It's just way harder. I 100% agree with you, Colin.
Yeah.
That's probably where it came
I
from.
Occasionally smoke weed every day. I like the laser beam.
Lasers, yeah. It's kind of hard to incorporate lasers.
I like that that's not like a necessary function of the device. It just could also happen.
It's an opener now with laser pointer. Yeah.
I mean, I think the lightsaber is kind of what he's going for. You can open
He just wants a
chips,
lightsaber.
Doors, walls, windows.
It can open anything once.
Well, if it's powerful enough, it'll just cauterize it and reseal it, right?
So then it isn't opened.
Oh, right away.
It immediately reseals itself.
Oh, dang it.
You just have a smaller bag.
You're so right.
Open and close. Good. So this reminds, do you guys have that, I don't know, I got one of these jar openers that are like the triangle and that you can fit any jar. Have you guys seen these before?
No, what is this? For your
They're
tiny
just like-
baby hands.
It's just like a triangle shaped like this, okay? And then depending on the jar size, right? If it's a tiny jar, it'll go all the way to the end. If it's a large jar, it goes all the way to the top.
What
of
is the triangle made of?
Little teeth, like metal teeth.
Metal.
Metal.
This is what the Tooth Fairy does with all your guys.
What's it made of? Little, small. It's made of small.
Teeth.
And then little metal teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
I've seen the China jar opener that's like a rubber band, a thick rubber strap on a handle. Have you seen those? So it goes over the lid and then like cinches down, and you could use it to get like a socket set angle sort of wrenching motion on it. But I've never seen the triangle with teeth.
Yeah, I don't know even what to Google. Like, what do you Google? Jar
teeth.
metal teeth.
Jar of small
I
teeth.
googled little teeth open, and I've been banned from Google.
Safe search double on.
Images off, please. I don't want this.
Speaking of little teeth and opening things, though, right? Like, I feel like you open a lot of things with your teeth. Think about it, right? Jars,
true.
bags, you're just like tearing it, from your. Maybe.
Oh, so we
Maybe
just
the
need,
little teeth thing has
Maybe
legs.
dentures.
yeah, dentures and a
Yes.
robot arm, and we got it.
Gives you
Or
all the grip and the power without the saliva element.
yeah, or like vampire teeth, those plastic ones for Halloween, but they're specifically for opening so that you don't damage your real teeth.
Enamel,
Yeah.
plated. Yeah.
You can open doors with it.
Serrated. We could do a Twilight merch brand deal. It's probably about 10 years too late for that.
I don't know. Taylor Lautner is coming back with a new project. Taylor Lautner, Werewolf Hunter.
Oh.
He's playing himself hunting werewolves.
I was going to say, was he the werewolf in the first one?
He was.
I thought so.
Trying to hide his identity.
Taylor Lautner and his wife, Taylor Lautner.
He is actually a werewolf, and like he's trying to overcompensate his lack. He doesn't want to tell people he's a werewolf, so he
I
goes
thought he was a
out.
llama.
What does that mean?
No, no one knows that.
I think.
No.
Okay.
Oh, is that a reference? Because otherwise, aesthetically, I get it.
What does that mean?
Just Google Taylor Lautner llama at some point to your viewers.
We have
I've
to
already
wait for
been
Adam,
banned. I
though.
can't.
You can't. Who wants to go first this week?
Wait, are we done spitballing this idea?
Did you want to talk more about the universal opener that's a triangle with little teeth, but also does chips and doors and windows? I would love to know more about your thoughts.
There's gotta be like that one tool you keep in your drawer, your kitchen drawer that opens. It's got a little. It's like the pocket knife. The pocket knife for maybe not opening doors, but like opening anything in your
He
kitchen.
said anything.
Specifically, also doors and windows.
Everything including.
And here's the thing. It might be because I've seen Oceans 11 and 13 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
But
And I'm so upset that that's legitimate. But okay, all right. Well, it's a little side thing. I just got a streaming service, Philo, that basically
That
is a
only has
DVR
one
for
movie on it?
AMC. Pretty much. It's got, they just took Ocean's 11 off.
Oh, you poor thing.
Watched that yesterday.
50% of the catalog.
I know.
Okay.
But my proclivity for heist movies, I really
both of them.
resonate with that idea spiritually. I'm leaning less towards the chips and the really hard to open containers of Tostitos queso.
Oh yeah.
And I'm leaning more towards I want to open every door around me, not for any nefarious purpose.
Colin just wants to rob a bank. That's
Yeah.
all this is.
Bank robberies.
Universal door opener.
That's how he gets his money. Colin, we got your money. It's behind the bank door.
Well, that's the pitch. We've already heisted Colin's stuff as a proof of concept.
Sharks, I'm here today with Colin Mochrie's fortune. I'm looking for a 10% investment in the device I used to open his door and steal all of his money.
I want to say this is just the plot to like Sherlock, one of the episodes of Sherlock.
Sounds right.
Just immediately going to date this podcast with so many references. We've already mentioned
The hottest
Twilight.
new stuff like Twilight and Sherlock. That's what everyone's into.
Okay. All right, Colin. Thank you for sending us your idea.
Yeah, spot on. We figured it out for you, so you're welcome.
And if you want your stuff back,
Get a triangle with little teeth.
little teeth and a box opener.
If you want your stuff back, midnight under the tree in Central Park, no cops.
Where I helped you push your car out of a parking structure.
If you remember. All right, Scott, what do you got for us? Hit us up. Start us off this week.
All right, this isn't as simple as cabinets and dishwashers, but I want a car rental Uber. I want when I leave an airport and I need to get a rental car for any reason, I want the company, Hertz, Budget, whoever, to freaking bring me the rental car. I don't want to go. I don't want to wait in line. They have Uber right now. How hard would it be for them to be like, they have my location, I have their location. I stand outside in the arrivals of an airport. They pull up. A guy hops out. I get in the car and I drive off. And he just walks back to the Uber or gets an Uber somewhere else. And then when I'm returning the car, the exact same thing. There's someone waiting for me there, ready to go, because they know what my flight is. They know all the checkout and sign up and everything you can do for a rental car, you can do over your phone. You can do it ahead of time on the plane in any form. I don't want to wait an extra 90 minutes standing in line, getting pissed off, just to have the exact same result here. That is the entire idea. I was very angry when I was thinking about this.
And I could feel that in the pitch.
Because I was standing in line in a Hertz. Yes.
Dude,
That's it. Simple as
like
me.
waiting for the shuttle, finally getting in the shuttle, getting in the car rental place, finding out there's a huge ass line.
Right.
You're waiting in line just to pick up the keys that you already paid for the car for. It's like, God, I don't need insurance. I will sign the waiver ahead of time. Your boy at the counter ain't gonna do it. I'm sorry, but like Hertz, it's a done deal. I don't care how good they are or what their commission structure is, but just can you give me the keys and go? Like I get it, Scott. It is.
I want them to bring the car to me. We'll pay a premium for that. I don't care. I'm not going off campus again, like you said.
Have you guys ever done a two-row? I've never done one. Where you it's a peer-to-peer, rent a car straight from somebody else, put up your
It's
car
like the
for rental.
Fancy cars you can get, right?
Sometimes, yeah. I think you can put your
Chevy Trax, for instance.
Yes. How would you know?
I mean,
Oh God, is this I go to the website and it's literally skip the rental car counter. God damn it!
Yeah,
That's
but
their tagline.
I've never actually picked one up, and I've always wondered about the logistics of that. So if you, maybe this is audio poison for everyone who knows about this but me, but if you rent a car from another human through Turo, how do they get it to you? Do you have to give them a ride home in their own car and then drop them off at their
come pick
house
me
and
up.
now you have their car for a bit? Or do they pick you up? How does that work? You just got to get an Uber to the Turo and then take it from there?
Order
I don't
another
really know.
two-row to bring
so
you
that
home.
person has a friend who drives right behind him. They also two-road
That's honestly
that
might
car.
be it.
It is an Ouroboros of rented cars.
Each getting into the previous person's car.
Cars all
In
the way
the
down.
Infinity Hotel,
Shell game.
all the rooms are filled.
Anyway, yeah, I've kind of just always wondered about that logistics side of it. That's sort of what's kept me away from this. If there was a my first two-row, which is really the budgets and Hertzes of the world that I already have accounts with, but they offered this as a concierge service, maybe that'd make me more comfortable.
Easy pickup by hosts at hundreds of airports. Okay, so you just pick up at an airport.
But then the host just stays at the airport for 4 days.
Really, really Tom Hanksing it, yeah.
I think Turo is a different example because when I was looking at Turo a long time ago, it's way more expensive. It is a pain in the ass. They might have a feature now where they have cars at the airport, but I think that's just it is peer to peer.
It's all still peer-to-peer, I'm pretty sure, but I don't... some of the prices were similar to the budgets and whatever Avis of the world that I was comparing them to. We didn't end up going with it because we were going to be on an island. I was like,
There weren't any roads.
this doesn't
It didn't
work.
make sense.
If some dude just cancels the two-row, then I'm just sort of not with a car for a week. That would be a bummer. Anyway,
Dude, if I pay, what if you just had somebody pick it up for you? Could you pay somebody to just represent you as Scott Brandonicio to pick up the car and deliver it to you?
a proxy.
That's a whole separate industry.
Yeah, you
I
just
like it though.
But then you leverage so any car, any airport inconveniences, right? You just hire a runner.
Proxy.
Yeah.
a concierge
Dude,
guy.
I mean,
Can you go through security
he went through
again
the TSA for me. Yeah. You don't have to check my shoes. My proxy already went
No,
through
I've
the
got-
TSA.
no, it's
I've got Scott's ID.
it's a concierge service, right? I think so. Having just
Sure.
as you can tell, I'm in freaking Florida, right? For those who are listening, And the pain of bringing all the bags out of my freaking car just 10 feet so I can go park the damn car is huge. You can't leave a bag unattended or else you're going to, create the next terrorist attack, right? So, of course, you can't.
You foiled him. You won against the terrorists today by not leaving your bag for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so
Well
my
done.
wife and kids
You saved
are
America.
in the thing. I have a car that I can't move because also, those parking people are going to be on my ass if I don't move that car within 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this in between of I just need somebody to move my bags 30 feet without my car or my bags being breaking all the security, like an airport concierge service. So I'm thinking, Scott, for your airports themselves are they're just a parking lot. Like the actual airport is its own entity. They don't work and they don't hire, but they say, Delta, come in, take our gates, rent our gates out, right? Rent our space. So the airport's always looking for the next buck or two. And this would be an amazing,
I see what's going on.
yeah, you
If I
tap.
could hire your service that starts before you even leave, picks you up, the ride to the airport, the quintessential, what a pain that I'm doing for a friend thing. You're paying a flat fee for the everything until you have boarded experience where they're helping. Have you ever landed in an airport and you just, there's no way to figure out what foods are where? What is it about every airport that makes it impossible for the maps and all that stuff to be accessible in an easy format? If you just search on Google Maps, it doesn't work. The airport inside maps are I don't know. They look like IKEAs. It's very confusing.
Everything has 1.5-star reviews.
If you could have the concierge that's hey, I'm going to take you to the airport and go with you through the lines, do all the pickup, drop-off stuff, wait in the line for you, all that stuff. That would be pretty sweet.
Watch your bags.
So, essentially, what I'm understanding this to be is we are treating the airport experience like a luxury hotel.
Yeah.
And so you are getting everything provided for, and the room that you're staying in this, fictional hotel is the skies, another country, another state.
Hey,
Is that am I packaging it in a way that's pitchable to
Absolutely.
someone?
And there's a
Yes.
huge dichotomy between flying coach through the regular airport and the other terminal that they don't let you go to for the private jets, right? Where is the middle ground? The just a half step above that I pay a couple
A
$100.
semi-private jet.
I suppose that's every jet. Isn't it?
everything but the PJ, everything but the private jet, right? It's just that experience. That'd be.
Interesting. The luxury hotel in the skies.
I think that's actually super valuable. The airport probably pays gate agents and all these other places. Why not create, okay, you could rent your private jet, sure. But, you could do everything else. If you don't want to rent the private jet, you just want to fly first class, but you don't want to be,
Oh, that's all.
oh, I guess, yeah. Well, I guess,
Just you're only doing first class for this one. You're slumming it.
I don't think Spirit has first class. I think it's all one boarding group.
I think it's attractive to the high end individuals, right? All the people that, let's say, the people that fly business, right? They already are expensing half this stuff anyway. And when time is money and there's a rental car, in a way, Scott, that whole car rental pickup thing is an hour and a half of billable hours that that company, if they have a team of 2,000 salespeople times 1 hour, is actually a pretty there's economies there of scale or whatever fancy term is that for that. But yeah, I bet you need to hire multiple concierges because of how popular this would be. You wouldn't have one person. Right?
Oh yeah.
I can't think of many more demoralizing careers than I wait in lines for rich people so they don't have to wait at Enterprise.
You talking valet?
That's
Is-
real rough, man.
You just shat on the entire
They pay
valet.
me to go to the... I sit at baggage claim every day.
Leo, these are real careers.
There's nothing more Sisyphusian than just waiting in line for a reward you'll never receive.
But they get to wear a tie, okay? They wear a tie. It looks like a...
That's how you say
I
it.
took my school career test and they said waits at Enterprise. Shoot.
You got to tip him, Scott. You got to tip him good, though, right? When you start...
I will tip him is absolutely.
I am 2 away from the front of the line. If I don't see $100 bill in your hand, I'm out.
You
It's
got
just
the extortion.
extortion.
Yeah, exactly.
Random story. I was a flight got in late. I was trying to get to another flight that was literally 2 miles away through this airport, and I have all my stuff on me. It was Miami Airport. It's massive, and I'm just trying to book it over there, and I run about a quarter of the way, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make it. They had all those little golf carts going all over the place.
Yeah.
And I see one sitting up there. I run up like, can I get to this spot? He's like, absolutely not. We don't do that. What if I give you $20? Get in.
Really?
I slip him a $20 bill, and he drives me to the gate.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't make the flight, but I know.
That's
He was
great.
hilarious.
And then the golf cart guy drove me to Miami.
That cost another 20.
Yeah.
Another concierge experience that you can only get through
Yeah.
luxury air or whatever Adam was saying.
No. I don't want a golf cart. I want this concierge to carry me.
Piggyback.
You get 4
Piggyback.
people in a throne, like with the poles on your shoulders, like ancient Egyptian times or whatever.
There is an undeniable human element that you need to have a part in this process. Yeah. I don't want my place to be electronically saved in line. I do want a human to suffer for this.
God.
To stand in the hurts line is to hurt.
All right, Leo. What have you brought us this week?
All right, a bit of a pivot. So, watching sports at home is pretty nice because you get all the CG lines and rules and boundaries and scoreboard stuff and interactive floating, whatever. Watching sports in person is fun for the excitement and the crowd work and all that, but there are people who literally bring FM radio receivers to get like play-by-play and stuff because the in-person like context for actually caring about the game is not as good as seeing it at home. AR glasses are getting pretty good. I want to have an AR glasses that gives me somewhere in between at
Oh, I
home
love this.
with CG, with scoreboard, with floating, with numbers pointing, with exactly where the line is, etc., but in person. You go, it's aware of where you are in the stadium, and it maps out the field for you, and it says, oh, this player is what just got the penalty, and here's what happened. Oh, over here, look out for this. This play looks like it's the 3-and-1 over this side. All that kind of context that you kind of miss unless you really, 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 really know the sport, you could give if you just are watching it with a little bit of extra help, a little bit of AR. I'm sure that this is something that someone's already pitched somewhere, but I'd love that as like the killer app, or I guess it doesn't have to be a standalone product. You could have your Apple Vision Pro or Meta Ray-Bans or whatever. Like, this could be a software product is what I'm saying. You don't have to like make your own glasses. We're just on the cusp of this being something that some people might have. I realize going to a live sporting event and watching things through a VR headset is a social faux pas a little bit. Yeah, right. That dude's
It's a social football now.
That's what I mean.
In the future, where this is already successful.
Whole stands
the
are just
whole
full of
stadium
Oculuses.
just looks like Daft Punk. But I think that would be the best of both worlds. You get like the fun of the crowd and the excitement and the energy and stuff, and you have an idea of what's going on when something complicated happens in the rules that you don't quite understand because you're not a sports expert. AR glasses for in-person sports fans.
I also want the AI assistant just straight up like a sports announcer, but it's just live reading what you see and just making commentary based on that in the super excited sports. Switch to European soccer player
Or
or
the celebrity.
My personal favorite, Australian man.
Crikey.
Can I get crude uncle, just making fun of people, like the drunk crude uncle?
Belligerent mean guy. Yeah.
I think you take the headphones out to experience that. I don't think there's the software,
balance
hardware.
free, yeah.
Yeah. Nature takes care of that.
Dude, Leo, I can't resonate with that. Like, whenever I go to a baseball game and I listen to it on the radio, it's like, why? The radio experience is so much better than the live,
Yeah.
because of all the reasons you described, right? But the thought of having the AR, right? Because it doesn't look maybe as dorky or whatever, and like that is so cool. And yeah, it's always a pain in the ass. You're like, the score, where's the downs, and all that stuff. Or it'd just be better if we could see it.
Oh yeah,
You could dial it up or down. You just have the scoreboard floating, or like every person is highlighted. Where's the ball right now? Where's the puck? What's the thing that just happened? Oh, they're in this formation. That means they're probably going to throw it. All that kind of stuff that you might miss out on.
yeah. It's the evolution of the ball tracker in golf, like golf sportscasting. Absolutely.
You could have the golf ball tracker in person.
That would be amazing. I would actually watch golf if I could do that, like with an AR.
It would give a reason to go in person besides seeing like,
Clap, clap, clap.
oh my
clap,
gosh,
clap, 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 clap.
Arnold Palmer, he just sued Liquid Death.
What?
Did he?
Oh,
Did he?
I'm so sorry to take this in another direction, but absolutely.
Because it's an Arizona contractor?
No, so yeah, Liquid Death had a Arnold Palmer, and I don't think it's named just Arnold Palmer, but that was part of it.
Sure.
And they very much, the Arnold Palmer estate hated that, and so
Arnold
they
Palmer.
renamed their their Arnie Palmy. They renamed it like Another Dead Billionaire, like something that like mean spirited.
Right, he's dead now, right? Yeah.
Gotta be.
Interesting. Oh yeah, 2016. Yep.
Another dead billionaire.
Interesting.
They went hardcore with that, right? That's their brand, I guess.
Oh yeah,
That's their brand. Yeah.
and it's just water.
The most hardcore, lightly sweetened water that you've ever threatened your body with.
No, guys, it's sweetened with agave. It's better.
Okay, so sports, right? That's one. But I think the live entertainment, like, so this is like, let's say part of the experience at certain stadiums or schools. So like, let's say you have a concert, right? And you create concert with a ton of different visuals that you would never be able to experience in real life. Like
Sure.
the next level 3D glasses. I think that's like,
Something you hand out at the door. Yeah.
yep. They're pre-charged. They got like, bone music receiver things, I don't know.
Silent discos are about to get really cool.
Everyone hearing and seeing their own thing. Whoa.
Just the acid trips at these Coldplay concerts. No, I think there's a huge market for, any sort of like live enjoyable thing, because there is always going to be an element of, well, when it's brought to you at your house, like, or wherever you're consuming this, there's always going to be something that's, missing in the live experience, apart from like the excitement that you're getting.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And I think they're having trouble like filling stadiums, right? Like hockey, I know has a problem with, they try to do this thing where, right, they highlighted the puck like a glowing blue because people were watching hockey and they couldn't follow the puck. And that was like the big thing. There's all these things at sports. They're like live sports are dying, I guess, with this generation of millennials. Another thing we're knocking out of.
I think we killed.
Yep.
Got him.
So it's just like, okay, maybe there's like, we just need more stimulation. We've been raised in, right on the cusp of the iPad. So we just need a little more ADD with our sports. This might be the thing.
Yeah. How long until there's the 24/7 ads feed on top of the, the stadium field that you're watching or whatever?
Big screen's just playing TikTok. It's fine.
I love football. I just wish there was like a Family Guy clip underneath it.
Some dude just jangling keys.
Or playing Temple Run right on one screen.
Oh yeah,
There it is. Minecraft Temple Run. Yeah.
someone playing a mobile game poorly to make me angry on purpose. God, I fall for it every single time.
I mean, but shoot, the ads alone might pay for it. Like the fact that you have your AR on there. Like I know it's taken away from the fun of it, but it's like, hey, you can now you'll sell more beer, you'll sell more drinks and food because ARs are reminding you.
And already at home, the baseboards around a lot of these professional sports places have like CG ads put on top of them. If you could have those be hyper targeted to every person in the audience, so the thing that they see on the Jumbotron is their, Amazon thing they almost bought earlier that day, that's probably worth something.
Oh yeah, your AR experience profile is going to be keyed to you.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. I guess, people complain
Long
about
term,
like,
awful.
People
Short-term,
complain about
pretty
like,
cool.
oh, the ads they're tracking me. They have all this data about me. But like, if I have to watch an ad, I've lived my life in the way where I don't have to watch many ads nowadays, and it's pretty great. If one sneaks through, I'd rather it be targeted than just be like, here's this perfume that
Ask
no one
your
in your house
doctor
cares
about.
about. Yeah, ask your doctor about this blood pressure med. Like, that's not. Maybe it should be a cool, interesting electronic I didn't know existed. I don't know.
My doctor and I don't have that kind of relationship. I'm not asking her about that. I love the trend that's currently going on with sports where SpongeBob and Patrick and other Nickelodeon characters commentate the game.
What?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and that's absolutely in my vision of what this is. This is essential. This is a part of it. If I can make Australian Man be my voice, I can also make SpongeBob and Patrick have running commentary.
Wait, is this just like a AI overlay where there's like, say it in SpongeBob's voice?
There's like live performance elements of like the voice actors in the booth watching the game.
Yep.
In like
That's
mocap
amazing.
suits, like very light, but they're like in real life reacting.
Well, the Nickelodeon had the Super Bowl like last year or something, didn't they? Nickelodeon? Yeah.
And they've been doing it since, I believe.
Now you're at the game and you see them running around on the field,
That's
running,
what I'm saying.
dodging. Scooby-Doo's like tripping over the ball in the background or whatever. That'd be so fun. Yeah, maybe that's too much.
And I'm saying that's what it's going to evolve into.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch football. I just want to watch a cartoon. It's fine.
Why not both? Has this ever happened to you?
Dude, but that's a great way for like a kid to get involved in the game, right? Like you just throw on the AR glasses, keep them occupied like that. Like how do you connect your kid to the game you're watching, right? Without maybe that's part of the experience. You're explaining everything to them the
Paw
whole time.
Patrol are trying to steal that hockey puck. Oh no, or whatever. Yeah.
Caillou got sacked.
Maybe not that. All right, Russell, what do you got for us? Let's see what you got.
Oh, well, mine aren't as fun as your guys' ideas, but mine's like, so I'm a little topical with some of my ideas. And this one is about Valentine's Day, right? So my wife went to...
Already in the past when we're recording, so very in the past when you're listening.
That's
But
right.
Continue.
Topical.
Topically
had to throw 'em
late.
under the bus
I'm
there,
fashionably late.
Topically late.
All the hot button issues getting tackled on Spit.
Okay, hit us.
So speaking of Valentine's Day, that just happened.
We were.
There's my wife did this Galentine's Day thing, right? I think some of our wives did that. Where they all go and hang out as gals and do gal things, right? And one of those things was a candle like making workshop or whatever. Like you make your own candle, right? Like everybody's probably done that date once. Throwback to my date idea spitball episodes where there's like hundreds of date ideas that everybody has done. This one is the girl version, the Galentine. Anyways, the problem I have is that there are so many candles in my house that are on their last leg.
What do we do with all these date candles? Okay.
Literally, there's like
I'm just picturing an infomercial, black and white. Russell just surrounded by candles and doesn't know what to do.
Falling out of the
Has
cupboards.
this ever happened to you?
this is an intramural
Sorry,
idea now that
continue.
I'm saying it out loud.
No.
Okay,
You're
We're
committed.
following
I'm
this through.
committed. So hundreds of candles that are like, on their last leg. So like you don't want to, it's a pain to get the match or the lighter down in there to light it. So you just end up having a candle sitting out forever and it just goes and then it just stays there. So my idea, very simple.
The ones that are almost burned out.
Yes, like, you take
Yeah.
all those candles and you create a really, really great device where you take a candle and you flip it on top of this device. Okay, it melts it down into
Yes.
the compost bin of candle. Okay, because what else are we gonna call it? As four dudes, it's definitely the compost And, it slowly fills up over time. So, like, all those leftover candles that you're like, can I throw it in the compost candle? Yes, go ahead. You can throw it in the compost candle. And literally it creates, and then maybe there's like a way to make a cool design out of it. But like, it melts and creates like a multi-layered candle. I have other candle ideas that I want to throw in this as well, because I might as well just pitch all my dumbass candle ideas in one go.
Space it out. We got time.
Infinite episodes to candles. So, Russell's Candle Corner. When I was a kid, we had a little like easy bake oven type thing, and you put half broken Crayola crayons in it, and you like mixed them all together, and then it would dump into a new Crayola crayon. It had like the little mold on one end. It would melt them to the wax. You'd like tip it after a couple of minutes of baking, and it would do this exact thing that you're talking about. It was so fun. And you could like mix and match your own half burned out candles. Like, ooh, I've got a sandalwood here mixed with ginger spice. Oh, I wonder what that would be like. Let's mix them in the candle compost. I love that.
I think this is good for a really like from a scent perspective, an adventurous household.
Yeah.
Because if you are a very loyal, like I am just a Parisian coffee house kind of person, then yeah, you're just making another Parisian coffee house just with more steps. But if you're willing to like invest the time and invest the adventure into like building the strata of a new experience, I love that.
Okay, so a spin on this candle idea is you throw a DEET cartridge in there, okay? So all those wasted candles, because exactly, Adam, I was like, sorry.
You turned them into mosquito ones.
Yes,
sure.
because you don't want that.
Yeah,
you don't want that inside your house. So you put a DEET cartridge on there, and now you can burn that terrible scented multi-scent candle outside, and it keeps the mosquitoes away. Okay,
Sure.
That's a lovely second pitch of so you can make a delightful new experience. On the flip side, is your new experience an affront to God? Put it outside.
it's a compost candle.
Shoot people away from your house.
That's what you do with it when you've combined 2 or 3 of them, and it just is awful. What have I done? It smells like old shoes. I'll throw a DEET cartridge in there and then burn it outside. Done. No drop wasted. Use every part of the candle.
My wife has the nose of a bloodhound, and like certain candles, she's like, "Oh, this is fine." And then one candle that smells the exact same to me as all the others, she's like, "Absolutely not. This cannot cross the threshold of our home." And I'm just picturing accidentally mixing one of the good with one of the bad.
You've ruined them all.
Yep.
You composted the wrong one.
Did all the crayons you make just kind of end up brown at the end?
Well, it would kind of swirl them. It didn't mix well. So you just sort of dump it, and you'd end up with kind of a groovy looking like tie-dye sort of thing.
Okay, that's awesome.
It was fun. There's probably, I don't know if it's still around, but yeah.
What I love about like what you've mentioned, Leo, is I can picture that exact same, like exactly what you're talking about. And it was in that chunky like 90s, 2000s radical extreme. Like it wasn't just like a calm, easy bake oven. It was metal, and it was grungy, and it was like the one I'm thinking of is like purple and like Reptar.
Oh yeah.
Reptar.
Branded. Yeah.
Compost candle attachment number 3. Okay, shapes.
The DEET cartridge.
DEET cartridge. Okay.
This is like 3 of 40, guys.
Shapes.
So you put beef brisket in it. All right, hit us. What do you got?
This candle corner.
Candle corner.
It's just you melt it into shapes. Like screw the hole. Like make it into a candle. Make it into a duck. Make it into a.
You got the melted wax. You might as well do something with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Throw it in some cookie cutters.
Okay.
Yeah. There's just so many.
What do you do with it?
You
Why do you want a duck?
you give it away like every other candle you get, right? Whoever buys it.
I made this myself. It's made of the discarded leave-ins of every candle I've bought over the last 4 years. It's a duck.
I don't know, Leo. Why do we want a sunset? Why?
Okay, so
Sometimes I want a wax duck. Is that?
and you could have your partnership with brands, so you could make a wax Pokemon or whatever.
All right, and then the last one is
When you buy a thing of wax that's scented to like put in a melter, are they often in a shape? I feel like I've seen little wax like stars or whatever that you put into the little melters. So maybe that's what your gimmick is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
You'll get like Scott, you look surprised. There's like a burner with a little bowl.
I don't know enough about candles, I guess.
You can get like a basin with
They're not allowed in our household.
A candle goes underneath it and it sort of just warms it. I don't know what you do with that after you've melted it down. Does it just harden and then you throw it away? I don't know.
No, because that's the scent. It like evaporates into the air, so it is eventually just going to be nothing.
It just goes away. Oh, interesting. That must be a different. Okay.
Yeah, because it's the same with candles. I mean, where do candles go when you're burning them? Listen,
What's in the air? Wow, we are all stardust when you think about it, bro. No, I just mean like it's not actually combusting, right? So I don't know if it's just sitting warm in a bowl. Is that enough for it to just evaporate? I guess it is.
candle technology, candle science. You know, we need those scientists to listen to this podcast, and
We are clearly the right people for this discussion.
yeah, I love the no follow through that we have to do to get this made. It just has to, you just has to say it.
Exactly. That's the premise of this show.
Yeah, and I love it.
Now someone else do the work. Here's an idea. I'm done. All right, sorry, I cut you off. What was your last
oh
idea?
no, I just want to get
Sorry,
rid of all
next
these
idea.
candles. Oh, this is the last.
Next,
well,
no.
You have 38 more.
It was another spin on it. All these candles in my house have like these ash marks on them, and so they just look awful, right? Just sitting on my counter all over the place. They're just like every time you light it just creates a black ring around the entire candle. So I don't know if there's some chemical or like maybe part of the candle compost attachments is one that like uses that as part of the design, is as the candle burns, that black ashy smut. What is it called? Smut?
Soot.
Soot?
Smut.
Soot.
Slut.
Hold on, I can't
Candle
type
slut.
that stuff. Candle smut.
Candle slut.
Oh no.
That might be something else.
Soot. That's the
is
word.
you're looking for.
So candle soot, and it creates a design, right? So as you're burning the candle, like, oh, this is, you don't know what you got, you know, and it creates like a cool design with the soot as it's,
Like a barista latte art.
yeah.
I thought you were going to say that this thing could act like a refurbisher. So you've got your half burned out charred candle. You put your thing in the composter. It stores it in a basin. You throw the empty jar in the dishwasher, and then you redo the candle half filled, but now it's all beautiful and fresh.
Yes, that's number 5.
Yours is way better.
That's number 5.
It could do smoke art.
Oh my
Soot
god.
art.
you know,
that one
Leo?
down.
I like soot art.
Or else you're going to start your own candle podcast.
I just want to.
Welcome to the Candlecast. What up, candleheads?
Welcome to Burn After Reading.
Burn after listening.
Burn while
Burn
listening.
after listening.
Ooh, no, that's the pot.
That's
one.
gotta be
We've
a
already-
weed podcast
yeah,
already.
We've already taken it. Yep.
No, I just want to like in a way, it's just like, how do I, as a dude, husband with all these half burnt candles, manify? How do I get rid of them, but also like brand it up to be like, yeah, dudes want compost candles. Throw some DEET in that, and we got an outdoor candle. We got freaking.
I think your DEET pack.
Oh, I know.
solves
That's
that.
the.
That is fun.
Throws.
I like the deep.
Wait till you get to the Roman candle layer.
Dude,
That's
I
clever.
think that'd be sick.
shoot, yeah.
That's clever.
Wildly practical, probably
Why
dangerous,
stick with the same old wick?
but
It's a
fun.
hybrid candle and Roman candle.
Don't store next to other
good.
flammables in your house.
I think the wrong kind of whimsy is currently in the candle market.
I am terrified of that candle over there. I'm 30 seconds to 4 hours away from getting a fireball shot at me when I'm least expecting it.
I have a hard time explaining anxiety to my family.
Adam, let's hear what you
Hey.
got for us this week.
Okay, I didn't want to start with a has this ever happened to you? But
Do it.
sharks, it's 10:30 at night, and you've been sitting wondering, what am I going to eat for the past 2 hours? And so what I want at its core is a palate analyzer. I want something that is going to either scan I scan my taste buds, scan my brain, and I understand that this is going to be pretty invasive for something that's pretty minimal.
Okay.
However, the prompt I was given was there's no bad ideas. And I would just like something that tells me the thing that's going to satisfy me from a taste perspective or from a dietary perspective. Any Jimmy Neutron heads, any brain blasters
I know
out there
exactly
is going to
what you're
recognize
talking
this.
about.
Yeah.
Yep. Scans
So
the tongue, makes you the burger.
yeah.
Huh.
So and this is I imagine the elements that are going to be like impactful are going to be for those who have a pretty limited like diet or a pretty limited tasting experience. And so something that is going to maybe in the parameters that you set is gonna take you to either someplace comfortable, someplace avant-garde if you're looking for that kind of experience, something within your like drivable zone, so something that connects to your community and kind of locates the thing that's going to best satisfy you.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
For a moment, I thought you were going to try to pitch the thing creates the food. Okay, awesome.
No.
That's way better.
Yeah, the instant food matter.
Right. Okay.
Transporter.
Yeah, it gives you the local suggestion somehow influence based off of actual like anatomy or something. Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know about the tongue scanning on there, but what you could do for your MVP right now, just have like a Tinder setup where it's just a bunch of different types of foods and you just like swiping left and right on them, and it's eventually pitching foods that you like against other newer ones, and by the end of it you're going to end up with not the best possible answer, but definitely not the worst.
What you are currently craving based on the
Yes.
two things fall at the same time. Which one do you grab?
So this is a little bit out there. I can think of someone in my life who will crave red meat when they're low on iron and other things like that. I wonder if there is a blood test.
No,
I'm low on glucose or some
Yeah.
other like markers that could be used to actually determine this would hit really hard right now. What you really, really need is a McFlurry.
Keep doing it, it just comes back with vegetables.
Yeah, right.
You're severely deprived.
I guess so.
Dear God, water.
Calling emergency services right now. Like,
But yeah, I would imagine that there's like a dietary health or like there would be tiers to this sort of
Yeah.
thing where it's, I want something based on like these vibes. I want something based on this mood or this, because that's how I think of food, of what mood am I eating right now. And then there is the more like invasive stuff, like maybe a like a test strip with a little blood sample, or like I guess I don't know what amount you get from like a cheek swab other than
I don't know either.
yeah. But like there are people more knowledgeable than me that would know what you would get from that, and there are dietitians who would offer like, here are the things that your body would really crave and would really satisfy you now.
okay, I think I'm going to throw some crazy idea out there, but I think that this might make sense. So let's say you got like a those Listerine breath strips. Okay. Take that.
Yeah.
Then have different sets of like nutritional things, like iron, like whatever, like all these different
Vitamins.
the things that are missing. Iron,
Vitamin test?
iron,
Yeah.
Okay.
vitamin, whatever. You just, I don't know, you create the right test strips, right? And then now you're just tasting, like you have 10 test strips and you just taste each one.
Which one is most appeasing to
And
you
if
right
you
now?
select 8 and 7, it's like, Chinese food. It's got, sugar and it's got chicken,
You just want
or like
MSG.
beef, right? You get a beef Mongolian and
Russell, I honestly love that. Like they're just arbitrary named like A through G or something, and you just take them like, which one do you want the most? Okay, now do 1 through 10. You like 7. You're F7, Chinese food. That's amazing.
dude, they could
Yeah.
even be like vials. They
I
could
love
be like
that.
little droppers, right? And you can make like, all right, just, if you liked 7 and 8, combine 7 and 8 and tie 10 and see.
No, it's a scratch and sniff. It's just a page that you're licking on all of these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's getting more Willy Wonka than I think I originally intended, but I'm not mad.
It's doable is what I'm saying, right? You could test less
Yeah.
invasive, but also it's like, oh wow, 8 really tastes good. Like, well, you need some of this.
Yeah.
you know?
I love that.
What do you call it? How on earth do you get this to appeal to someone who's hungry and lazy? Man.
Yeah.
That's
Just straight up DoorDash. It tells you which restaurant and what to get from
it's
it.
a feature in like a Uber Eats or whatever. Yeah. There you go.
Well, for me, like, it came about because of my extreme indecision lately. And so having something that scientifically is like, this is going to be the thing that is going to be most satisfying to you, whether it's from a dietary perspective or from a, like, I've already made the choice. It's already happening. But yeah, I have sat and debated for longer than it would have taken to make the meal itself.
The Scientific Palate Meal Finder.
Can you imagine, like, your indecisive wife, like, I don't know, and you just like, hey, let's just lick these 10 things real quick and tell me.
Here's 10 vials of various sludges. Oh, it looks like you want some vitamin K. All right.
Let me check the chart.
Tacos it is.
Tacos is amazing, right? Oh, okay, we nailed it, right?
Every single one just leads to tacos. It doesn't matter.
It's hitting all the food groups,
Everyone likes tacos.
except for the cilantro stuff for some people.
Right. This one says you need a Subway sandwich. Is this sponsored? That's
the one thing I was like,
I need a Whopper?
I understand that that's probably necessary in any pitch, that there's going to be, sponsorship opportunities or forced obligations. But
Lean cuisine.
I want to keep this pure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do. Maybe there's a way to, if you track your meals somehow in this app or some tool, you could probably calculate your flavor rhythm, we'll say, or flavor cycle.
Damn.
What do you think? Like, that might be a.
There it is.
Flavor Rhythm slaps.
It's like.
I'd see them in concert for sure.
So, I mean, like, then, like, your indecisiveness is, let's say, taking the past history of the meals you've had that you've enjoyed, and now it's like, all right, based on your last, what you're choosing to eat, we're making a set of decisions for you that you weren't thinking of, and according to the patterns of your eating cycles, this is what you're looking for, right? Yeah, just the way to do it.
Do you need Wendy's again? It's been 4 days in a row.
Get the chili this time, It's
Yeah, right.
The Pizza Hut outside of my house is starting to recognize me. And I don't think that's something an app can tell me, but it is something that I'm starting to notice.
Same thing as always, boss.
Listen, there's something about a thin and crispy cheese pizza from... I don't make the rules. That's what my body wants.
Yeah, right. I must have a thin and crispy cheese deficiency. I don't know what it is. Doctor's orders.
But now Flavor Rhythm. I love that.
Flavor Rhythm.
It's gotta be Flava, and then Flava Flavs on the cover. Yeah.
Flavor Rhythm, and then it's pointing to the clock and it says it's time to eat.
Yes. How old is Flava Flav? Is he on Cameo? Like, can he just...
Don't spoil next week, man.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm Googling now. How bad have things gotten for Flava Flav?
Turns out he just looks exactly the same.
$20. Oh.
$20.
Well, dear listener, if you're enjoying our podcast over another thin and crispy cheese pizza, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed yourself. And thank you so much, Adam, for joining us. How fun.
I had so much fun. This is great.
Our website is spitball.show. There you can find our links to our YouTube channel and social media. We're on Blue Sky at spitball.show. Email us feedback, comments, ideas. We're podcast at spitball.show. We'd love to hear from you. That's also how you can follow us in the Fediverse, such as Mastodon. We are podcast at spitball.show. Our subreddit is r/spitball show. Our intro-outro music is Swingers by Bonkers Beat Club. Please, if you wouldn't mind, you know that one friend who is always bringing the really, really weird leftovers to work every day, and you're like, why is he having a fish head and half a beet? Well, send him a link to the show. We'd love to have him. Please leave us a review at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is that you listen on. That's the best way for people to find out about the show. And new episode is coming out in 2 weeks. We will see you then.